Don, I just can't believe that it's been this long. I mean, it's coming up on 50 years. And my goodness, it's been such an extraordinary year. And all of us have had to compromise so much, but we don't want to compromise on Drum Day LA. And I don't know how you feel about it, but give us a little insight to your feelings about where we are and where we've been.
Some things just don't change. Aside from the color of my hair, and John used to have long hair. Wait a minute, oops. Still have long hair.
Hey,
Some things don't change. One thing that doesn't change is John. And one thing that hasn't changed about DW is the quality of our drums because of the way John looks at everything and be sure it's going to be right or it's not going to go out of here, because we make drums for you, but we kind of always feel like they're a part of us.
Absolutely. You know, sometimes, like these guys right here, it's hard for me. I just want to wrap my arms around it and say, these are mine. But they're somebody's drums, and I'm proud to make things that are this beautiful, pedals that have come such a serious long way. You know, Rich and everybody in R&D has been working hard. Chris has been really hammering to get everything stable and working during this crazy time. But I will tell you, I'm excited about this show.
As much as we ever were. I mean, years ago, I think at one point, you know, we were coming out with new products every year and fortunate to get a lot of patents. And it was like, well, we know we have a lot of things for next year, but what about the year after that? And here we are 40 years later, and we still never get everything done that we want to get done in the time we want to do it.
I know, and you know what I'm guilty at? Is I'll come up with something like, you know, a year in advance, kind of, because you and I were like, for the NAMM show, we were December guys, you know, and we'd all have to hustle to get it done. But I will tell you, we've all come up with a bunch of stuff, and by the time it's ready to come out, I'm bored with it. I'm kind of
You've already known for a year.
On, you know. So anyway, we got a lot of good things coming. We got a lot of goodies for this next year, and I hope the absolute best for all of us and all of you. And it's weird not being able to shake hands and be in Anaheim or wherever we would be. But I'll tell you this much, this is the best we can do, and we're happy to bring it to you.
We're zooming into a new decade and a new year here, and we have a lot of exciting things that we want to show you.
Absolutely. From everybody's departments, everyone's thrilled to bring this to you. So I hope you'll enjoy our presentation.
Oh, it's time to go out in the playground, John.
Yeah, right. Let's get in the slide.
Hey there. I'm hanging out at the Gretsch booth here, Drum Day LA. And as a Gretsch artist, I'm always excited to see what's coming around the pike. And I believe we have a bunch of new cool stuff. Let's go check it out. Hey, Andrew, how you doing, brother?
Good to see you, Gary.
Good to see you as well.
What
do we got here?
Nice, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're a dear friend of Gergo Borlai. You've known him for years. I mean, Gergo is a proud artist, and we developed the Gergo Borlai signature snare drum.
Cool, man.
It's a 4 1/4 by 14 brass shell. Mm-hmm. He's always liked thin, rather shallow drums.
Shallow drum.
But he wanted to go even more shallow than what he normally uses.
Okay.
So hence the 4 1/4. We have the mini lug here. But what's cool about it also is it has a sandblast surface texture.
Yeah, the
to
texture is slightly rough, right?
Right, a little bit rough.
Yeah.
It also has a unique color to it. That dries up the drum a bit and also gives it some uniqueness. Mm-hmm. It's a slamming drum.
Beautiful.
And
8 lug.
Yeah, 8 lug, yep.
8 lug,
yeah, we put the lightning throw off on it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was kind enough in Hungary, where he's been for 10 months now.
Yeah.
But he shot some great footage for us. But yeah, check it out.
I want to see that.
Oh, yeah.
So what do we got here, Andrew? What's this?
So this here is the Keith Carlock signature snare drum. So we talked with Keith last year, and we wanted to develop something that was going to be just a workhorse drum. One that works live, one that lives in the studio, which he does both.
Yeah.
So we started with a 2mm brass shell,
Okay.
10 lug, got the die-cast hoops, lightning throw-off. But he's always been a fan also of like vintage-looking patina drums, something that looks aged, but isn't over the top.
Yeah.
Complementary to, something that Gretsch would do. And the girls and boys over at Ridgeland, they experimented with different textures to apply, and they came out with just a really nice solution to give it a beautiful
It's
aged
a gorgeous patina.
look. Isn't that nice? And it's
really
classy.
cool.
It's
Yeah.
not. It's understated, if you will.
It's 5.5.
5.5 by
5.5,
14.
yeah.
Yep. It's got the 45-degree bearing edge. He also wanted to put the 20 snare wire to give it a bit more openness to it. A lot of the function of this drum is strictly all him.
Right.
Like, what did he want to do to the drum? How did he want it to look? So we explored different options.
Well, he definitely knows what the heck he's
Oh,
doing.
yeah, he's no joke. And you're going to see in a minute because he shot some great footage for us
Check
here.
that out.
Oh, it's killing.
Man, Keith sounds great, man.
Yeah, he played his tail off as always.
Do that in Nashville?
Yeah. Sound Addiction. Great room, as you can tell. It's beautiful. You played there.
Yeah,
I'm
he's the
assuming.
man. That guy's the man. So, explain this to me, because as a Gretsch artist and a Gretsch stalker for as long as I've been playing Gretsch drums, I've always been.
Die-cast guy.
I always,
Yeah.
like consider a Gretsch drum the die-cast thing,
Right.
And I've been actually playing broadcasters, and it's a different
Double flange,
hoop.
sure, yeah.
Different hoop. But I would love to check this out because it just adds a dimension to a drum. The triple flange is going to add a different character. The hoop really does add a lot to a snare drum.
And the
sound.
feel it's a
feel,
big addition too. Yeah, triple flange, a 2.5, 10 lug.
Yeah.
We use those on a wide variety of our full range snare drums. I mean, triple flange has been around so damn long.
It's been around for a long time, but it's kind of interesting for me because I've never really played I've never played a Gretsch drum.
No.
Flange hoop.
Okay.
I've never done
Well,
it.
you're gonna-
out of all the drums I have,
Yeah.
Vintage Gretsch,
Sure.
some more modern stuff, they all have either die cast or the broadcast.
That's correct.
hoop.
Yeah.
So it's a different thing. I'm interested in what this sounds like because I bet you the register is kind of interested. Like you crank it way high, you get that kind of thing. But Triple
Yeah,
flange
detune it and
hoops.
you get mud.
Yeah,
Oh,
triple flange hoops can actually be super nice for the big fat back soggy, you know,
Right,
when you
right.
tape
Yeah,
it
that's a good
up.
point.
and
Yeah.
It's a different thing. You know, sometimes this hoop, it can still do it, but it's more finicky. I have more success with that style hoop to tune it down.
Interesting.
You know, I'm interested. I want to hear that.
I will play it. We have time.
Exactly. This is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, this is a
Correct me if I'm
beautiful
wrong.
finish.
This is the center of this is Caribbean blue, correct?
Right, yep. We're naming this Caribbean Twilight.
Twilight.
Yeah, it's Caribbean blue gloss with our black metallic gloss. We introduced black metallic gloss in 2019, I believe, and Caribbean blue obviously has been around for years.
Yeah,
You have
yeah.
your Caribbean blue kits.
Yeah.
You're very familiar with this finish.
It's my favorite Gretsch finish.
Yeah, it's really nice. You can see a little bit of that mist in there. You know, the
Yeah, it's like
white
a flake almost, right?
Right. Yep. This is available both in USA Custom and Broadcaster.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is straight up USA custom.
USA
die
custom.
cast lug.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 22, 12, 16, 6.5.
6.5, 14 snare drum.
Yeah, what's funny, we did a little survey with a lot of the guys around here. We had this color, and then we had another color. And I put them both up for people to review, and I said, choose one if you had to. And hands down, this
Hands
one,
down, yeah.
90%.
Yeah.
Well-
It's a beautiful fade.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Still shows the grain. Yeah, classy finish.
Yeah, the burst is a cool thing. Like anytime you have the fade like that is
Yeah.
a very beautiful thing.
I like to call it. It looks very Gretchy.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
This is fun over
Fantastic.
here. I gotta show you.
Yeah, I was
So this is a Broadcaster bop kit. Antique pearl. There's nothing overly special about this. We've already had this in the program for years.
This is new though.
Well, this is fairly new last year, but
Okay.
this is the new part.
Ah, that is
You have
cool.
actually a old
I do.
kit, and
Yeah.
it has the spade plate.
Yep.
So when we developed this, we didn't develop the spade plate arm for those who already have a
That's a
rail
great
mount kit.
idea.
So then we
yeah.
said, you know something, if somebody wants to change this out, but they have this, they're not able to do it until
Yeah.
now. It's just, this is so much more industrial friendly, much
Yeah.
more functional.
Yeah.
And said,
Stronger.
yeah, so those who actually have a spade plate on their 12 or 13, whatever size, and have the old rail mount but want to change to a new rail mount, this now gives you the access to do that.
That's so much cooler than
Oh, yeah.
the original. Yeah, that's a lot stronger.
Very much so, yeah. So has the classic Gretsch logo on it, but I mean, this here's the key. Because a lot of people wanted to actually change over to the new rail mount, but couldn't do that when we initially launched it.
Yeah, I want to put that on my old
Yeah,
round
oh yeah,
bags, like,
absolutely,
on
right?
my vintage, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'd actually like to use it. I don't trust it. It's that old, you know.
Yeah, this definitely has much more. I like to say industrial tour friendly.
Yeah.
It's more user friendly in that fashion.
I mean, the one I have is 62.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's-
you have the hex handle.
yeah, to
know,
start,
cut
you know,
your
it's,
finger.
it's old. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Cut your finger trying to get in there. Oh, this is a beautiful finish.
Oh yeah, antique pearl. Oh, it's
Antique
gorgeous.
pearl. Yeah.
It's one of the original when we relaunched Broadcaster.
You know, something interesting too, this is not the same that's on my broadcaster snare drum. This strainer on the other side, is that a different strainer?
Oh, that's
a
the-
different
yeah,
throw. I see
microsensitive?
it's-
Oh, yeah, yep.
microsensitive throw off. Yeah, I think I have the
Probably the Lightning.
lightning throw off. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this is like the full vintage build
Yeah.
across the board. T-hand, T-rods.
Yeah, that is the vintage strainer, right? With a button.
Oh
on
yeah,
it?
yeah, it's got the lock on it. So.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, so this also, we'll take a minute and talk about this bad boy.
Yeah.
So we introduced the Renowned 57, I think it was back in 2012, and it was a very successful series. And there were a few colors, and we've had a number of distributors who have asked about that series.
Right.
So instead of actually just doing a flat out identical relaunch, we said, let's bring something out that's a bit different. Hence, the Silver Oyster Pearl 5-piece kit here. It's available in 2
classic.
configurations. And also, no bass drum mount, which the others had that.
Right, virgin bass drum.
Yeah, 1422, which the others didn't have that. So it's 8x10, 8x12, 1616,
Yeah.
6.5, 1422. Beautiful white piano gloss to actually match the badge.
Yeah.
Gorgeous kit. Also available in a 14 by 18, 812, 14, 14.
Oh, cool.
And
So that's a 22 by 14.
14, 20. Yeah, it's like, it's retro-y.
Yeah.
So why not have the bass drum be retro-y?
Right. Well, I'm a big fan of the 14-inch deep bass drums. That's
man.
personally, I love that.
Dude,
but
speaking my language, absolutely. Gorgeous kit. Has a lot of the classic renowned features, low profile GTS, double flange, which you're familiar with. Yeah.
Yep.
It's 7-ply maple shell. Yeah, this is a sexy looking kit.
That's beautiful.
Isn't it?
Yeah. It's got a great throwback look to it.
Totally.
But still yet modern. I
Right.
don't know how you guys got away with that.
That's
The
nice.
logo looks great.
Sounds sickening.
Yeah, beautiful, right?
Sounds
Big.
so good.
They're big and
Oh,
throaty
man.
drums. Yeah.
That 8x10 is brutal.
Yeah, it's
When I
huge.
first hit that thing, it's like, yeah, it's seriously impressive. Clear Emperors
Yeah.
on top.
There you go.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Nice.
Beautiful.
And we're not done yet. We still got a few more kits. So.
More toys. I'm excited. Oh, explain this new Brooklyn finish we have going on here. It's absolutely beautiful.
Isn't that nice? This is Silver Mist Duco. And it's a combination of Silver Mist, which is available in USA Custom and Broadcaster, and Piano White. It's also available in Broadcaster and USA. However, this is a satin version.
Right.
So as you can see, it still has a little bit of that
Tiny flake.
tiny, tiny flake.
Yeah.
And anytime you apply a mist, that's what you get. Same like the Caribbean Twilight,
Right.
has a little bit of that mist. Yeah, stunning finish. It's available throughout the entire Brooklyn palette. All add-on drums, shell packs. And also, unique is it's the first Duco finish in Brooklyn.
Oh, in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
right,
prior we have nitron and satin solids.
Okay. Right.
It's a stunning finish, really unique.
14 by 20.
1420, yep.
Yeah, what
Yep.
is this?
710, 812, 1414, 5.5. You know, classic
Beautiful.
traditional Gretsch sizes.
Beautiful
Isn't that a
finish.
nice finish?
Yeah, it's subtle.
Right, yeah.
It's subtle,
It's
yeah.
subtle.
Yeah.
Subtle, but still classy. And, you know, Gretsch doesn't want to go so left field that people don't get it.
Right. Right.
It's just,
Classic looking.
it's just not our thing.
Classic.
But, you know,
looking
Ducos,
finish.
I mean, we've
Yeah.
been making Duco finishes for decades.
Yeah, decades.
So,
302 hoop.
oh, yeah.
Yep.
And
Beautiful.
then this here, you're familiar with this thing.
Yes, I am.
You know this thing.
I do have one of
You
these,
do have
and I
one,
use it
indeed.
all the time.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of this little micro bob kit. However, new finishes are offered, right?
Right, new finishes.
Yeah.
We originally introduced the micro and the satin gray, which you have.
Which I have, yes.
Then the following year, we did the white marine pearl to give just a different option. So now we said, well, let's open up the entire Brooklyn palette. So if you have a satin natural, satin mahogany, abalone, whatever color is in the Brooklyn palette, you can
get
now
in the
get in the market, and vice versa. So your satin gray, you can now get in this finish, this
that's
configuration.
cool.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
White marine pearl as well. And it's just a fun kit. Silver sparkles, such a timeless color.
Great sounding snare drum, by the way. It's very interesting for
Thank you.
13, 4.
413, right?
Yeah, it's gorgeous sounding. And I've had great success with this particular 16-inch bass drum at multiple ranges. Very high, kind of almost like that late 60s Bitches Brew.
Oh, right,
Miles
right.
Davis
Sure.
recording.
Oh, yeah.
That's a 16-inch bass drum. For those of you who don't know, that was a 16-inch bass drum on that record. And you can get that kind of thing out of this 16. But recently I did a little recording where I tuned it way down, dead in the head, just a drop, and it has an unbelievable articulation. It's not an 18, but it kind of has that sound like a low 18-inch kick drum, and it's big. It's huge sounding. Yes, I've had a lot of success with that drum tuned low.
Yeah.
And we have obviously the sizes. We got a
12, 13.
12, 13,
Yep.
and it's a 7 by 10.
7 by 10, yeah.
And a 16 by
12 by 16.
12. That's right, 12 by 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it has the drum rides in the back. And
Now I believe my kit has maple hoops, right? And I like this that you actually put the inlay.
yeah, the highlight. Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
that's new,
Because yours
right?
was the satin gray. It had the solid, and then the matching snare drum.
Yeah.
that was just for a nice accent. But with the nitrons, we're actually doing standard satin natural with the matching inlay.
I really like it.
It's gorgeous.
It's absolutely incredibly cool.
And
I love this.
all the
kit.
all the
I
colors.
use it all the time.
Fun.
Yeah.
I mean, you, Joe LaBarbera, you guys were just geeking about that last week. Gretsch Generation.
Joe's all about
Steve Ferroni, he's sending me photos and videos. He
it.
does
He plays one.
does a ton. He's got his main 49, I think a 47 broadcaster, and then right behind it on the other side, he's got the satin gray.
Yeah. No, I love these drums.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
I
We're
really
proud of
do.
it.
You know, Joe used his in a big band, LaBarbera. He was playing these drums in a big band setting with 18 guys, and sounded
No
great.
questions asked.
Yeah, it sounded great.
He's
You know,
ripping.
yeah, these are beautiful drums.
Yeah, we're proud of him.
Wow, new
Fun
toys.
stuff.
New toys.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's all of it, my friends. I mean, it's a good amount. It's not too much, but it's a good variety.
Oh, it's great.
Few snare drums, few different colors, few different shell packs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really happy with the assortment that we have. So that's about it. Gary, thank you.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Really appreciate you coming and spending the time with us today.
It's great to see everybody.
Yeah, it's been a good day, and all of these new finishes, new drums, and new colors you can find on GretschDrums.com. Thanks again.
Hey, this is Gary Novak here at the LP booth in Oxnard for Drum Day LA. It's been a crazy year this year, but we're all going to get through this. And what's going to help us get through this is checking out all kinds of new gear from LP. I'm going to go talk to my friend Derek Zimmerman. We're going to check out some new toys, huh? Derek, I need to understand what's the deal with that. I'm fascinated by that.
I'm glad you dig it. So
Very
we call this
excited.
the wood snare tapa, and designed here by our cajon craftsman Josh Trask. And basically, it's a way to get a cajon and a woody sound out of any snare drum.
Yeah.
Call it most snare drums.
Sure.
So we have an 8-lug and a 10-lug version. Super easy to use. All you got to do is take off your rim and your head. Put this on. You want to finger tighten the tension rods just a little bit. You don't need to put too much tension on.
Right.
And when you play it, you just get a nice woody, snare sound.
Yeah.
Kind of similar to a cajon. You're not going to get very much bass tone out of it, but it's cool. It's got a textured surface as well. So if you want to play brushes with your hands, or brushes, with brushes,
with wire would
yeah,
probably be
or if you
beautiful,
want to use
yeah.
like a timpani mallet or a nice
Sure.
rubber mallet, you kind of get all these cool sounds out of it. And drummers like you would use it as a side snare, of course. And if you have
Sure.
a tune, you want to have that kind of sound, you got it. percussionists are putting snare drums into their hybrid setups all the time. So,
Yeah.
You get that sound, and it's really comfortable for a percussionist.
Yeah, you're not gonna hit the rim on your hand.
Yeah, no, totally. So it's got this rounded edge. So it's really kind of almost like playing a conga, actually.
No, I mean it's a great idea. I mean, in several occasions I've tried to get a backbeat sound when I'm playing a hybrid setup.
Right.
And since I'm not like a super hand drum player, I can kind of do my thing. It has its own character, but I don't have the chops to be able to really get a sound out of a cajon like that. It's not.
Right.
And that's a great way to do it, to be able to create a backbeat in an acoustic setting where you don't have a regular drum set. You can still have that sound. That's what I think is the coolest about that, is you have a true backbeat with the snares on like that.
We have this great performance with one of our great LP artists, who is one of the greatest cajon players in the world. He and his couple friends got together and did this really awesome performance with our wood tapa. So I'd like to kick it off to Diego Alvarez and Friends.
Yeah, let's check that out. Derek, I need to see this whole area.
Yeah, this is our little drum set, jingle, new sound area
with
here.
this?
So that's something we call the Tambo stick. We developed that with Stanton Moore. So basically, Stanton's always looking for ways to add texture and color to his grooves, and he's got, great grooves, of course. So we worked with him on this. So it's a maple stick. It's got 2 sets of jingles. Okay. It's tapered, which is hip. And originally, I just wanted to make it tapered just for an ergonomic aspect. But Stanton told me, when he was testing it out, having the weight up front and the extra sort of diameter up there really helps with the articulation as well. And one of my favorite things is I burned in the LP logo here. So that kind of gives you like a tactile guide of, having the
where
stick.
to grab it,
Yeah,
where the
totally.
fulcrum is.
Yeah. So it's really cool. So, and speaking of Stanton and grooves, here's a great performance of Stanton showing you the new LP Tambo stick.
From now on.
Stan sounds great.
He's got a few
He's
gears in him.
He's got a little bit of music in
Yeah,
Stanton.
yeah.
I'm interested in this. These two Tambo rings here. What you got going on
Yeah, so
there?
those are something we call the Tambo rings. So it's basically a steel disc with tambourine jingles riveted in there. So to give you, again, kind of give you a whole other color.
Like
to your
snare
playing.
drums, toms, whatever.
Yeah, you put it on your hi-hats,
Hi-hat,
put it on your snare drum, put it on toms if you want. We have two sizes. We have 14
Oh, cool.
and a 6-inch, and we have it in 2 flavors. So you've got a galvanized steel, which gives it a super dry sound.
Right.
And then you have the brass, which is a little more bright and resonant.
Okay.
Hey, Stanton Moore here, and I've been checking out these new LP Tambo rings, and they really add a cool jingle tambourine texture to the kit. You can put them on your cymbals. I've got little ones on the hi-hat and my trash crash, and you can put the bigger ones on your snare or your floor tom, and I've been digging them. I hope you decide to check them out, and I hope that you like them as well.
I'm kind of checking out this cowbell here. What we got going on?
Total opposite end of the spectrum in drumming.
I think I
right?
recognize the signature.
Yeah, so this is what we call the Tommy Lee Rockstar bell. So, you know, it's really hip because, you know, it's built on a LP 009 Rock Ridge Rider. And Tommy is the reason that LP developed the Ridge Rider cowbells in the first place, way back in the last century.
He's just destroying them.
Yeah, he was just, you know, because you play them like rock like that, and you're just killing it. So, you know, they start denting.
yeah.
So we took the patented Jenigor material that we use on our jam block, applied it to a cowbell. Again, this is a long time ago, but, you know, we wanted to honor Tommy, and we started working with him. So we took the 009 Ridge Rider, put a vice mount on it, which we put on all of our signature bells, and we put this cool graphic. That star graphic there is something that, you know, Tommy has right on his hand, of course, because he's got a few tattoos.
He's got a few.
Just a few. And then, you know, we've got his signature on them.
Nice.
So that's the Tommy Lee Rockstar bell.
Yeah, Tommy definitely knows how to put some weight into it.
And speaking of Tommy, here's Tommy to tell you a little bit more about his cowbell.
All right, for those of you that know, cool. For those of you that don't know, this is by far the most badass sounding cowbell on the planet. And for you maybe wives out there that can't find your husband, this would also make a nice Christmas gift to keep around his neck to kind of figure out where the hell he's been, where he's at. And for you drummers out there, this thing hurts. Like, it's so loud. You're gonna love this. Honestly, get it.
This big guiro.
That's a big guiro,
Yeah,
right?
it's pretty big.
Yeah, so, you know, we have a really popular merengue guiro called the LP304, and we were doing a video with that with one of our great artists, Clodomiro Montes, and he asked me to make him a larger one. So that our standard one is 5 inches in diameter, and Clodomiro wanted a bigger sound, so he asked me to make him a 7-inch version. So we made a batch and started testing them out, and everyone loved them, and it really gives you just another level of volume when you're playing that style of music. Because when you're playing merengue, I mean, you got horns, you got the band killing it. Even with the microphone, it's just hard to kind of cut through some twist. So this is a 7-inch diameter, what we call our Ultra Pro merengue guiro, made in the USA. Same material as we use in our LP304. We call it the LP307.
Right.
And it comes with the 333 scraper. So if you're playing merengue and you need that extra oomph, that's going to give you that sound.
Yeah, you can finally compete with 5 horn players.
Yeah, totally.
Exactly.
Totally.
That's cool. Are we moving on to these guys?
Yeah, so this is, we're really excited about this. You know, Puerto Rican music and, you know, music of Puerto Rico and Caribbean is obviously a vital part of what Latin percussion is.
Sure.
So working with a few artists, we really wanted to kind of pay tribute to Puerto Rico. And these drums are specifically made for a Puerto Rican style of music called Bomba. They're called barriles de bomba. It's kind of bomba's like a Puerto Rican folkloric music.
Okay.
So we worked with a couple of our younger artists of Puerto Rican ancestry, Camilo Molina and Marcos Lopez. Yeah, you know,
Sure, yeah.
both of those guys are killer.
Yeah,
So
I'd
they
say.
really were helping me and really capture the sound. So basically for Bomba music, but you can play any kind of thing,
Yeah.
any kind of style of music you want with these drums. So it's short, 26 inch tall.
26 inches tall.
We've got a 14 inch and a 16 inch. It's 2-ply Siam oak. It's got traditional rims and rawhide heads. And they sound great. They really do.
Yeah.
And speaking of Camilo and Marcos, we've got them with another one of our great LP artists, Marcos Torres. Kind of a very special performance of some Bomba music.
Yeah, I want to check that out. Let's check that out
Yeah,
right
let's
now.
check it out. Cool. Gary, man, thanks for stopping by.
Anytime, Derek. It's great to see you, man.
Great to see you, and it's great to have you as an LP artist, which you've been with LP for how long now?
Couple of decades, 98?
We're not that old.
Oh yeah, we are. We've actually known each other for close to 30 years. So.
Yeah, okay, we are that old.
Yeah, we are that old.
So anyway, again, thanks for coming by. I'm stoked that you dig all the new
love
LP
it.
gear.
Love it.
And I hope you guys all dig the new LP gear. Please go check it out at lpmusic.com. See you soon.
What's up, world? This is Eric Hernandez. We all know 2020 has been a very strange year, and for us musicians and drummers out there, one thing that does make us happy is drums, right? Seeing new gear, I think we still get off on that. So good people at PDP and Drum Workshop have put together a virtual show for you so you can see the new products of 2021. So follow me and I'm gonna take you in. Let's go check out this cool new gear. What I wanna do is introduce you guys to Rob Dean, product manager for PDP Drums. What's up,
How's it
Rob?
going, man? How you doing, Eric?
I'm great, thank
Right
you.
on. Hey, thanks for coming in. Thanks for making the time. Been a crazy year. Totally appreciate it, man.
My pleasure.
And I'm gonna say it one more time. Totally a fan. Love the band. Got the records. Kids dance to it all the time.
That's awesome.
It's good stuff, man.
Thank you.
And earlier you asked me what my favorite song was.
Yeah.
And I froze.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna throw one out there. What I like.
Hey, that's a really good song.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really good song.
I do. I dig that song. All right.
It's called That's What I Like. by
That's
the
what I
way.
like.
Yeah.
I'm a drummer. I'm a drummer.
No, but thank you.
Yeah, totally. All right. You have a PDP snare.
Actually, I do have a PDP
Yeah.
snare. I've been fortunate to team up with you guys, all the good family here at PDP, and we put together a piccolo that I've actually used on records. I've toured the world with. It's become my workhorse snare. Again, I'm fortunate to have that thing out there for people to purchase, and it's been well received.
Right on.
And again, it's a quality product that out of the box, it's ready to go. And PDP, again, showing their name and quality by each snare drum. So I'm really grateful for that, and it's just been a blast to use it.
Right on. It's really cool. Scott told me at one point that you were playing it on tour, and that you were, using it for all these huge shows and stuff like that, and that you use it all the time. And for me, I love that, because I don't know if the general public knows it or not, but a lot of artists, even though they put their name on a snare drum, may not necessarily use that snare drum. And so when an artist actually uses the snare drum that has their name on it, I just feel like it's really cool to see, and it makes me feel good that you enjoy it that much and that you like to play it. So 100%. I just think that's rad, man.
I mean, it is rad, because the reality is that, yeah, I did have those thoughts of, okay, when we started working on the drum together and putting the concept together, doing a bunch of test runs, R&D, and when we finally ended up with the final product, it was so good, it was undeniable. Even to my coworkers, my fellow musicians, they were like, damn, that thing's jamming. And it's worthy of me actually using. I'm not just going to snap a picture with me in it and then change the snare out. No, that's my snare.
Yeah.
And it's been 100% my snare. It still is till this day, until I design a new one.
Yeah.
I might use one of these things here, because talking about good snares,
yeah,
you guys have 3 awesome looking snares from the Concept Select series here.
Let me tell you a little bit about them. We came out with Concept Select last year. Kind of the general standard for Concept Select is they're 3mm shells, they're metal snares, they have DW mag throw-offs, true pitch tension rods. The aluminum snare has a die-cast claw hooks, and they all have these cool laser engraved badges.
That is
which
super cool.
I really like. I just think it's just a little extra detail. We're just trying to take things just a little bit as we can, to the next level.
Those wood hoops, man.
I love the wood hoops. The Blakey Special is what we call these.
Blakey Special.
The Blakey Special.
How'd you get that?
So the cameraman, the guy right now shooting this, I was bringing these in. We were going to do a shoot or do a little test on them, and I had these triple flange hoops on all 3 of them. So he goes, he says, "Hey, you ever thought about putting a wood hoop on there? It might look kind of cool." And at first I'm like, oh great, another thing to do if I can finish this thing, But I was like, yeah, let's give it a whirl. So we put it on there. So just so you know, you can't just put a wood hoop on a snare drum either. The gasket has to be thicker on the lug, because it has to come out a little bit further to accommodate for a claw hook.
Ah.
So I learned that when we were doing this kind of stuff. So one, you got to change out this stuff here. But anyway, we put the wood hoops on there, gave it a listen, and we were like, dude, that sounds really cool. It's super dry. You've got the aluminum plus the wood hoops. It's just tight. And then we went with the walnut, and it's, I call it the Blakey Special, aluminum Concept Select with walnut hoops. So when we originally came out with these, we had 6.5 by 14s. Now we have 5 by 14s.
Nice.
And next year we'll probably have another size to round out all the different
Hey, we'll go down,
snares.
maybe 4, maybe 3.5, bring back the
hey, if we can do a piccolo.
Concept Select Panda Piccolo.
Yeah, the Bell Bronze Eric Hernandez Piccolo.
Oh, let's go.
All right, I like it.
No, these are great looking drums, and just by looking at it, I could tell of the quality of work that has been put into this. And you mentioned it, those DW items are definitely important for drummers, and we all know the quality of the mag throw off, the true pitch tension rods. Those things have come in clutch for all of my drums. The snare wires, I'm sure. So that's a good thing to know, that they don't spare no expense on the quality of these drums made, and it's proven right here, and I'm taking all 3 of these today. Okay?
Yeah, I think one of the benefits for PDP is that you've got someone like John Good and Don Lombardi that started the drum workshop as a whole, and PDP gets to utilize all that cool technology and all that passion and all that stuff that those guys have already done. Like, there's no reason for me to have a different throw off. We have a DW mag throw off. It's amazing. Why would I don't need to change that, or we don't need to have a different tension rod. True pitch has been great for us, and so it's like some of the things that DW has done has made it just easy for me. Like, I don't have to worry about that. That there's nothing to change on that. So it's a benefit that PDP gets to reap.
Like I said, when we did my snare drum, same thing. I ended up with a quality product that was affordable and sounds really damn good.
Yeah, I dig it.
Super cool, man. These are awesome snares.
Cool.
Let's go check this out, because I see here is the PDP official parts and accessories wall. And I think there's some new items you got here.
We do. We have lots of items here, and we have a lot more. So this is just kind of a smattering of different spare parts or accessories that we have. The idea behind our accessories is, one, if you're already a PDP customer, you can get some things to update your snare drum. If you need some extra tension rods, receivers, if you lose your felts or you need a new throw off, things like that, you can buy those accessories and update your current stuff.
Butt plate.
You gotta have the butt plate. And then it's also too, because we want to be able to help all drummers. So we have things that maybe wouldn't be on a normal PDP snare drum or drum, like standard pitched tension rods or standard threaded tension rods. But you can use those on any other brand. A lot of the other brands will use that. And so it's kind of like, we do come out with stuff for PDP, but we also want to be able to have things available that no matter what brand you play, you can utilize our stuff to help you, either clean up, or if you're just missing a part or whatever it is, to help you complete your drums so you can get back to drumming.
That's really cool, because Rob, I'll tell you, I have a couple of old snare drums that I've broken lugs and I've broken rods. And to get certain types of parts for those drums, depending what brand and older models, it's sometimes hard to find. And I think this is really cool that you guys have kind of thought about that and thought about the other drummers out there. No matter what they're playing, even if they're not playing the brand, they have some possibilities of finding what they might need to, like you said, get back to drumming.
Yeah. We just want to help people play drums.
Ooh, what is this here? It says time to reorder. Can I show you this? I want to point something out. As you guys have known, we've walked this whole room so far, this far. Not one picture of me, and I have a PDP Panda Piccolo, and not one picture of me. Can I at least be on the reorder card? Rob?
The next reorder card is all you.
Okay.
It's all you.
Boom.
Guaranteed.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Let me feel something.
Yeah, I like to sneak in little stuff. That's my Dr. Steve Brule little nod there.
Very
I'm a
cool.
fan. Yeah.
Very cool, man. Awesome. Well, we also have some new hardware to talk about. 3 different series.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Let's check this out. All right, so here we are. This is some really cool looking and definitely new looking hardware. This does not look like last year's models.
No. Total refresh. 700 lightweight hardware, 800 medium weight hardware, and Concept Series heavyweight hardware. Standard for the 700, you've got double braced legs, oversized feet, and you've got glide tilters on the cymbal stands.
No, absolutely, and it's lightweight, and I think that's important that it still looks durable to me, right? And I'm right in front of it, but it's lightweight, and a lot of drummers now are gig to gig. Well, not now, right? But when we are gigging and we're going gig to gig, sometimes I know guys in New York that have to get in a taxi cab, and this is brilliant because it's super lightweight, durable, and boom, there you go, instant setup, and you're not breaking your back.
Yeah, definitely. And then here on the 800 series, also double brace legs, oversized rubber feet, double chain pedals instead of single chain pedals. You've got composite memory locks on the 800 series, You've got an extra tier on all your cymbal stands. You've got quick release cymbal wing nuts.
That's cool.
You've got quick release hi-hat clutches. A lot of great features at a great price at a medium weight hardware.
I'm sorry, I saw that and I saw how amazing that was and
Wait,
easy
did you
to
get
use.
one of those?
I did.
You did.
I was going to tell you
got
about
that.
it.
Yeah. And then, last but definitely not least, heavyweight Concept Series hardware. Double chain single post pedals or direct drive single post pedals.
Very cool.
You've got double brace legs, oversized rubber feet. You've got quick grip tilters, quick release cymbal wing nuts. You got quick release hi-hat clutches. I mean, the features go on and on. You also got composite memory locks for the Concept Series as well. So we're hoping to hit as many players as possible with all the different weights. Yeah, if you can't find it here, I guess you can go over to DW.
I mean, but that's the funny thing is that PDP and DW are not afraid to work with each other and intermix their products, because I see the DW weighted beater there. Some of these products that I've seen are on my DW hardware, so it's like, it's definitely a strong brand focus here. And in fact, you've got the lightweight, still durable. You've got the medium, and then you go to the granddaddy there, heavy duty stuff, and it's just personal preference, you know. And you got a variety of options for drummers out there, and I think it's perfect, man.
Awesome.
This is awesome.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, absolutely. PDP, baby. All right, so for the final portion of the Rob and Eric drum show, we bring you this beauty. And we kind of saved the best for last. I mean, it's all been great, but this thing has been standing out and getting my attention all day since I've been here with you. This has to be the new limited drum set, huh?
It is. And by the way, if you ever want to do a Rob and Eric drum show, I'm down, man. Just let me know, say the word, it's
I think
done.
we know some people who can make that happen.
So this kit is the limited kit for 2021. 2020, we had our anniversary kit, beautiful kit, but we only do it for a year, and then it's on to the next limited kit. So we'll have this kit for 2021, and then next year we'll have another limited kit. I really like this one because it's just kind of a very simple, boutique-y style vibe kit. I totally ripped off John Good with the twisted finish on here, but I just love the way that twisted finishes look on the kits. So you've got twisted ivory with natural walnut hoops. This is a 8x12 high tom, 16/16 floor tom, and a 16x22 kick. 7-ply drums, toms and kick drum, really warm tones. The wood hoops really kind of bring down that tone and give it nice and warm. It's European maple. Now that's sold as a pack, and then if you want the snare drum, it's sold separately. Or if you just want the snare drum, you can do that. And it's a 6.5x14, twisted ivory, natural walnut hoops, DW mag throw off, true pitch tension rods, Remo heads throughout on the kit. It's just a beautiful kit. I'm excited for it. I hope people dig it. And I love the way it sounds too.
I mean, I think it's a gorgeous kit. Just looking at it, it's stunning. I know it's going to sound great. These series have been really awesome drums. They've been proven in the studio. Even guys like Abe, you know, are using these things and recording with them. But can we just zoom in on that? And I asked them to sanitize this for me earlier because I wanted to touch it. This thing is sexy, man. I think you drummers out there are going to dig this one. I like that. Don't be surprised if you see me with one of these finishes. Coming to a city, country near you when it's safe to do so.
There you go. Yeah, I bet you're ready to get back on the road.
I'm ready to get back on the road. I miss it, man. I know all the musicians out there, working musicians, we miss it. But you know, we got to be smart right now. We got to be safe.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing this with me, and
Hey,
thanks
man.
for DW and PDP making sure this environment was safe for us to be able to do this for you guys. Guys, it's very exciting. I'm proud to be a part of this organization, this family, PDP, DW, and I'm really, really excited for you guys to be able to see this in person when we can, and it's gonna happen. We're all in this together, right? That's what they say. So, hats off to you, Rob.
Oh,
it's been a pleasure to do this with you.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, virtual
Distance
hug,
hugs,
man, serious.
And much love to everybody here, even Blakey behind the camera. Guys, this is really exciting stuff. PDP, don't sleep on them because they've come up with something really cool and awesome and sexy. and good sounding just for you. We're out.
That's it.
And then there they are. They just broke into my office, which is great. But,
Heathens.
Yeah, heathens. Anyway, what I want to do is do a quick walkthrough.
All right.
Let's go down this way. If you're cool with that.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. One of my favorite things to do is
to
to
go
go
in
to
here.
the DW factory.
There's your finish right there.
There it is. It's my favorite.
That's yours. It's where it was born.
That's where it was born.
Yeah. We're going to go down this way first, okay? Hannah.
Hi,
come
Hannah.
here. Look who's here.
I can't get too close, but I brought you some chocolate.
Oh, thank you so
You
much.
know, that's a soft spot in her heart is chocolate.
Thank you so much.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
And Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sweetie. You know, one of our new deals is the purple core.
So explain Purple Core. Why is
Purple
it?
core is like an entire vertical drum shell, which
Okay.
is against the law.
Okay, you're right. Right.
You can't do that.
Got it.
So every ply is vertical. Like this is cherry, all vertical. There's one ply of horizontal in here.
There it is, right there.
There it is. And then the rest of it is all vertical. And with the special glue we've just developed and a whole lot of luck and the little reinforcing hoop, it actually pulls it nice.
And what are the woods? What are the?
Well, it's available in cherry with the Purple Heart core, right? Maple, the Purple Heart core, and mahogany.
So hence the name Purple Core.
Purple core.
There's Purple Heart in the core.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Got it.
So that's what's going on here.
All right.
And there's Abel putting the reinforcing hoops in.
This is the job. This is the precision man right here.
Yeah,
Because you
he's-
can't mess this up.
No, he can't. And he's quick too. He's really good at it. Look how fast that goes. Right?
Yeah.
Then he flips it over and does the other side.
Unbelievable.
There's Jose. Remember Russ?
Jose, how are you?
I'm done.
And what are you rolling, Jose?
22-inch performance shelf.
Beautiful.
So go ahead and grab a little from up here. Flat long range. Run that across here. And then it's flat. Get the 3x4 back over to Isaac. All come together. Inner, over, and down.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Right into the press behind you.
So how long is it going to cook?
This one stays in here for 10 minutes in the hot press. When it comes out, a hot steaming shell goes over to this cold press. This press will cool it down, solidify it. After another 10 minutes, we have a solid brown shell.
Thank you, Jose.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jose.
Thank you. Hey, Carol, how you doing? Good. Here we have cutting this dough. Thank you. That makes sure it's just like not this way or that way. It's pretty doggone straight. Next thing we got is the outside sanding. And here we skim the glue off. So that does the outside. Then this does the inside. Watch this. So that's just taking that glue off the inside. So once that gets all the way here, these guys take it and they do the final sanding over there. Thank you. That's our edging department. right here, they cut every edge and check it on granite. Probably takes about 5 different times just to get it so there's no light.
No light.
No light. That's our goal.
Wow.
These are CNCs that drill precise holes in every shell.
Right.
I mean, it's aircraft tolerance. Got some pretty shells here, hey?
That's beautiful.
You know, on the inside of a shell, you don't spray lacquer.
Right.
That's a no-no because it'll ping and bounce and the
Right.
sound,
Right.
it sounds too metallic. But on a
Right.
snare drum, you want that.
Right.
So on tom-toms and bass drums, we just kind of oil the inside to seal it. But I was at the Santa Monica Pier buying a hot dog, and I found a way to spray the inside of a snare drum shell, which you want to be bright, without it running. Let me show you. There's my hot dog roller right
Look
there.
at that.
You know how the hot dogs just roll around?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we decided to do.
That's fantastic.
It's a great big hot
And then they're
dog
just
roller.
hand sprayed, right?
Yeah, they spray it and put it on there so it has no place to collect. Isn't that cool? All kinds of stuff. We got some grolls back there too.
Oh yeah.
Louie's got this newfangled machine. It's pretty cool. Anything, any color you want, he can do.
Right.
I mean, look at this list of colors. How many
God.
blues can you have?
Oh my God, look at that.
Greens, obnoxious greens,
Hey buddy.
all these different colors. Look
That's
at that.
fantastic, man.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And they all have a code, so he plugs the code in right there. There's Louie.
Louie. Good to see you, my friend.
So he'll have it all mixed by putting in a code,
Yeah.
and it comes out that color every single time. And it's great for color matching as well.
So out of, I don't know, 1 billion colors that we can make now, but specifically if someone wants a certain color, then I have the formula, I put it in there, and what it does is it
Gives you a
comes out-
code.
Yeah, it comes out, it tells me the VOC, it tells me what the money I spent on it to make that gallon, or that quart, or that pint, or an ounce.
All right.
Yeah. And so it gives me all the colors and it gives me how I make it. So I go to the toners and I put my gallon here and I kind of zero that out. And then I'm able to go, okay, 281 is 11.5 ounces. And I just pour it all in, and by the time I'm done with it, I got my paint mixed up.
Beautiful.
So that mixes it, and you put it together right there.
Yeah,
There
I
you go.
manually put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Brilliant. I love it.
Isn't that cool?
That's very cool.
It's Louie's new toy.
I love it.
Yeah, we haven't shut clear yet until after lunch.
Okay. You can see that the boys are at lunch right now, but they're shooting rotatoms.
Wow.
Look at this
that.
stuff. No?
It's gorgeous.
These guys are good, right?
They are good. They are definitely good.
Look how pretty that is.
Yeah.
They start with natural.
Yeah.
They go to regal, then they go to royal.
Yeah.
It's blue.
Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous.
I know. It's good stuff. I'm proud of them. And they spray it all right here, and
That's
they clear it all over there. And it's just it's a very creative environment. And then
where the magic happens.
Stains in there. You know, we stain the wood in this environment here.
Yep.
And Louis does his graphics here.
Yeah.
So there's a whole graphic department that he takes care of.
That's right.
Yeah. So he is the He is a graphic man. Cuckoo-ca-choo. So then they buff the stuff over here. You can see he's working on some graphics.
That's beautiful.
Look at this, Russ.
Man,
That's some almond. You like the almond.
I love it.
That's sapele pomele, quilted sapele, giant quilt. That's gonna make somebody really happy.
No kidding.
And then they polish it all on these big belts. Goes in and out as it's spinning. I'm sorry I'm hustling you through
It's
this.
okay, I love it.
We don't have a ton of time. Look at all those pretty drums. That's African Chenchin and Candy Stripe Padouk, Purple Core, Purple Heart. This is where Elena and her crew cleans up everything. Hi. And they check the shells on granite.
Yeah, again, one last time.
There's 3 places. And then they come flying down to final assembly. See, look at that. Where everything goes together. After we put all the lugs on, etc., then we get to Rolandville. And here's Roland.
Hey, Roland. Nice to see you again.
And the last step is really to tune the drum and make sure it worked.
Yeah.
So that's what he's doing right now. Is that purple core?
Purple core.
Purple core.
Nice.
It's a maple purple core. Everything's
beautiful.
vertical.
That's
And
beautiful.
I love that look. Yeah, thanks, Roland.
You're welcome.
And then another purple core.
Wow.
Yeah. This is of the cherry variety. And this is what we call the White House. So it's just, we want to check to make sure everything works. These have got an oil finish on them.
Ooh, wow, you're right.
Yeah, so it's got a little bit muted, but I think it shows the grain really nice.
It sure does.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Isn't it though?
So is this too. This is nice too.
That's performance.
Okay.
We have, and all those are exotic woods.
Yeah, all just stacked up.
Isn't that something?
And I bet you run low sometimes, don't you?
Oh yeah. Now, that's when I hit the road and go to Europe or wherever it is, all of the United States.
Find some logs.
Find some logs. It's been rough of late.
Yeah, no kidding.
We go through hundreds of thousands of square feet of maple, birch. Yeah, there's all kinds there's some gum and some poplar. So that's everything wood. Then you come along down this way and you find yourselves
in the metal shop.
In the metal shop. Once again, everyone's at lunch right now, but we
good.
snuck through the place, right?
That's okay.
And these are all the
distancing.
machines that are, making all these incredible parts.
That looks like a brand new one.
It is a brand new one.
And what does this one
Nice
do?
of you to notice. It's all shiny. That one can do just about everything.
Okay.
Many of these have their specific jobs, but that one right there is a new variety, and it is really cool. I mean,
because all these pieces have to be cut out of solid pieces of metal, right?
Yeah, most
Fabricated.
of it's for the MDD pedal.
Right.
Is aluminum.
Right.
So we do an awful lot of aluminum parts. Those are fixtures to hold the parts while it's being machined.
Got it. Look at that.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. And this is like basically everything that goes into making it.
Everything that's coming through this place is here.
Incredible. I love my pedal.
That's right, you play
it's the
that
best
pedal.
pedal that I've ever had. I told you Keltner played it in the studio when we were recording
He
it
said,
together
"I
one day,
gotta
and he
have one,
goes, "I gotta go to Oxnard and get one of these."
He'll want one that's rusted. And then we get into the hardware world. There's Jose.
Hello, Jose.
This is where all the pedal assembly is. I mean, look at all the different pedals we make. I actually made this pedal in 1977.
Look at that.
And they've come a long way, baby.
No kidding.
They sure have.
No kidding.
There's so many features on these new pedals, and things that they can do.
What's the snare drum that has the hydraulics in
Oh,
it?
let me show you. I think you mean pneumatic.
Pneumatic, okay, right.
It'd be this one right here. So if, I'm guilty of making a lot of heavy snares, right? So if you turn the wrong screw, you can hurt your back.
Yeah, or you get your finger caught in between.
Yeah,
them.
exactly. So this,
Look at that. That's so great.
that takes the weight off. Isn't that cool?
It is.
And there's so many parts, and these folks here are so good at what they do. They're making cajon pedals here,
Yeah, which are brilliant.
which are, you've got one, right?
Well, I have the cajon pedal that you made to go on the Box Skip Pro, which is the beater hits sideways.
Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing.
They are really cool. I mean, they're kind of intricate to make because the feel is everything and they nail it. They're really good at it. We come around to the showroom, that's where everybody is. They're at lunch right now. There's something really special about this room. And this is where I would sit with Neil Peart.
Wow.
And we would concoct these incredible drum sets. And I happen to have gotten his last kit he ever played.
Really?
It's in here.
You're kidding.
Let's go have a look.
Let's go look.
Yeah.
Wow.
Come on in. Have a seat. There it is.
So nice.
Okay, pal. It's an emotional place,
It truly, truly is.
Yeah.
And that just came right from his warehouse.
Yeah. Anyway, Russ, I really appreciate you coming.
Oh, it's my
on a
pleasure.
Whirlwind tour of the factory.
My pleasure. Yeah, well, that's just,
Look at him.
that is just stellar.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. What a loss.
What a friend. Okay, Pally.
Hey, this is John J.R. Robinson. 2020. Oh my God. This is a year that we'll always remember for the good and the bad. And I'm here, though, representing the good. All of us at the DW family have come together, and it's just my honor to be here. And what do we love as drummers in the drumming community? We love drums, and we love drum gear. And I am here representing DW and for the new 2021 season, and about to show you guys some really, really new stuff that I think everybody's going to really dig. And I just can't wait for you guys to see it.
Hey, JR.
Hey, wow, it's good to see you, man.
Good to see you. Oh, yeah, we're
Oh,
supposed
yeah,
to do
we
this,
got to
right?
do that.
It's 2020.
Yeah, it's 2020.
2020.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, hey, how about those Chiefs?
Hey, Chiefs!
Yeah, yeah. How about those Bears?
Bears!
Ooh. Well, thank God we passed on Mahomes, you know. Anyway,
well,
there's some stuff I want to show you. I mean, that's why we're here.
I'm really excited about this, man.
And we're here to hopefully excite our friends out there and in the world.
I mean, listen, as we never thought you could make anything even better than you've already set the bar higher than anybody. let's
God,
take a
no
look.
pressure, right?
No, let's
Okay,
take a look at what you did, man.
Come this way.
All right, walk this way.
Walk this way.
All right.
This innocently looks like just a regular drum kit with a vertical outer, right?
Yeah.
But the whole thing is, if you look at this picture right here, I always wanted to make a drum kit that was all vertical plies.
Yeah.
And Mother Nature says you can't do that. Why? Because there's no strength. Because the horizontal plies are the ones that give it tension,
Right.
drive the pitch up, but they give it strength.
Right.
Okay, all vertical is very little tension, actually no tension, and the pitch is really low, right? We've been talking about this for a long time.
Right.
So the combination of those things have been a big part of our life at DW. Now, I tried this, and my boys in the shop were going, "Oh, Joe, you can't do that." Well, we took a core of Purple Heart.
Right.
And so it's like all these vertical plies, but there's only one purple core horizontal ply. It's got two other sandwiched purple cores, which is like, this stuff is like steel. It's really hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so we put that in there. So we got 3, for example, this is a cherry kit, 3 vertical cherries, a vertical Purple Heart, horizontal Purple Heart, vertical Purple Heart, and then 3 more cherries, all vertical.
Yes.
And then a little tiny reinforcing hoop. It's about 1 inch deep, and it's great. And it's got a horizontal in the reinforcing hoop itself. So doing all of that, it was one of those, told you, and it's very strong. It holds together, and it's great. It comes in maple, cherry, and mahogany, and they all have very different sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so this is something that I'm very proud of. It's a whole new line of drums, which is, still in the collector's series, but it's called Purple Core.
Purple Core. And so, maybe a stock drum set size may actually produce lower tones, lower frequencies.
Super rich, low tones. For example, smaller drum kits sound real big. Let's play Led Zeppelin on an 8, 10, 13.
And that does present itself as a positive option for a lot of drummers who may not be as big or they like playing on smaller drums, but they want to project and have a larger sound.
Precisely, especially if you're working in smaller venues.
Right.
Like maybe it's a supper club, or maybe it's a small club, or whatever you're doing. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And we're really kind of going to town with this, and I'm excited about it. while we're talking about it, I want to show you one thing. This is kind of cool. I mean, it just happens to be on this drum.
Yes.
But this is a snare that's got the, you know, you've always had the 3P snares.
Yes. Yeah. I use it religiously.
Well, it's kind of a cool feature, right? Now, if you just see how it's all loose.
Yeah. You want to turn it over this way, or
just
yeah. There you
just
go.
hit it. There you go.
Okay. Wow.
So, in other words,
I need to do that again.
There's 5 positions. Okay, loose.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it takes the 3P and makes it not too better now, doesn't it?
It'll go to 5.
It'll go to 5.
But you know, I'll be honest. You know, when I'm out touring, when we are touring, I use that constantly within my set.
Yeah, that's what it was designed for, and I'm glad you do that.
Oh, it's really, it's like, oh, I don't have to have that second snare drum. You know, there's no need for it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
So the 3P thing is going to be acquiesced into other lines like the performance.
Right.
Okay, so speaking of performance, there's a kit up here that I want to show you. Tell me if that's not a really pretty cool matte finish. It's what we're calling Gold Mist.
Yeah, that's a beautiful title for it. I mean, that's when I obviously walked into the studio today. I was like, that caught my eye right out of the gates.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's got an elegance about it, you know, and you've played those performance drums.
Oh, I love them.
They got the HVX.
Yep.
And they all just deliver all the time. I mean, I haven't heard a bad sour note about anybody playing those drums, so I'm very proud of those drums.
Right.
And they've got that, you know, different logo on them,
Yep.
which is cool.
Yeah,
right?
it's individual. It stands out.
And then for the next contestant, we have what's called charcoal metallic.
Wow,
Is
that's
that cool or
stunning.
what?
Yeah.
I mean, it's I don't know. It's just some lighting designers on a stage just love black drums.
Yeah.
But sometimes glossy black drums don't necessarily turn a guy's crank, you know, for trying to light stuff.
Really
Isn't it
stunning.
nice?
Yeah.
And it's in the performance line. You know, we've got the quarter-size lug.
Right.
And a lot of people really love that.
Yep.
That look and that sound. So I'm very proud of these drums.
It's a nice addition to this family of drums.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And speaking of the family of drums, over here, this is something that I'm real happy with. We're calling these Deep Blue Marine. Deep Blue Marine, it's a new color for Design Series. Now, Design Series is something that, you know, we spent a lot of time trying to figure out how we wanted to do it.
Right.
And you know, it just turned into a thicker ply, and many of these other drums are all out of 36 of an inch thick, you know, maple plies.
Yes.
This is a 32nd, which, you know, in the world of mathematics, I mean, who cares? But I do,
Yeah.
because it really means you have to source a little thicker ply, and that thicker ply in these shells requires no reinforcing hoop, as those performance drums don't require a reinforcing hoop, but they have a greater projection of sound.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they've got the mini lug, if you can see here, John. See that?
Yes.
Which a lot of people really like.
It's elegant.
Well, it stays in the DW family, you know, like we got the collector series,
Right.
we got the performance, and we have the design. So I'm really proud of what you get with this drum kit, because it's a lot of drum, and if you know, and for a really good price.
And it's also a very bold color. I mean, it's bold.
It's bold.
Yeah.
You don't have one of these kits, so maybe we gotta. It might be in your future.
I
maybe under the tree. You never know.
I've got room under the tree, by the way.
Yeah. Silver slate marine.
Yes.
I mean, that works every time. If you look at it, I mean, get it in the light. It's on the same line. It's the design series. It's got all the things that we're talking about over here. And you know what? What's cool is they have their own logo here, which is kind of differentiates, the different lines, separates them to a degree.
Sure.
So I don't know, man. It's like I'm real happy with these new colors. I was talking to Chris Lombardi and Don Lombardi the other day, and we got these wild ideas to come out with everything all at once. I mean, I'm that guy, right?
Yeah.
They're saying, John, hold a few things back. Just don't turn it into a million things all at once.
You're already winning the race,
I'm not in a race. I'm just doing what I do. But I will tell you, these make me very proud.
Yeah, they should.
I've got one more color I'd really love to show you. When we were talking about gloss black.
Wow.
Now, that to me is a very classy finish. That's also in the design. So I could see you, doing a Streisand thing or even a David Foster deal.
I mean, I just did this whole thing with Josh Groban. This would have been perfect.
Yeah.
For that or something just very, very, very classy,
Yeah. Well, call me next time.
I will. Call me.
Da-da-da-da. And then check these. The Rototom, in the beginning of the Rototom world, I wasn't on board so much as Scott Donnell was going, no, we got to have these things. And I went, well, I don't know. And so I made some for Mick Fleetwood.
Yeah.
And he came over and we had his set up. And he was just checking it out in our showroom.
Yes.
And he went over there and he hit these Rototoms, and I'm going, see? And I spent so little time with them, but they really project a great tone.
Now, this is not wood.
No, this is acrylic, actually. It's been colorized, painted, and yeah. Well, when you hit them, I mean, when you really cascade the sounds, they have a staccato beauty about, I can't believe I'm saying this, but they do deliver, and I'm very proud of these now as well. Thank God it was all my idea.
Well, the genius. But I'll be honest, I don't have anything like this.
Okay.
And the amount of work I'm doing through my studio and even outside of that with other, I could definitely add this these musical instruments to the library.
Well, look under the tree.
I'm looking under the. See, I got more room on the other side of the tree.
Oh yeah. Your whole house has become a studio.
That's true.
It really has. You get to go eat dinner and then
you can roll right out of the rack in PJs.
All right, so dig this. I got a few things I want to talk about here. And I must tell you, this is so outside my wheelhouse. And if we could kind of darken these guys up a little bit, I'd like to show you what these do. Now, number one, this is olive ash burl. Looks nice, like olive ash burl does.
Yes.
This one is a ash swirl, which looks kind of plain, but nice.
Yeah.
Sort of a maple appeal.
Yes.
And this one is some quilted maple that I'm very proud of. Now, watch what happens when I do this, John.
Oh man.
It changes everything.
I can think about so many concerts on the road where I needed that to find the drums. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, and then where's this one? Here we go. Check this out.
Wow.
That gets really pretty, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
And it's got all these characters and like little places where wood naturally gets through. You would never see those things, or the variegation of the veins in the wood grain. You know what I mean? And this one, check this out, because I think you're going to really dig this. Let me see where the switch is. It's over here. This is quilted maple. Hold on. There we go.
There you go. Oh my gosh.
Now you see how pretty that gets? Not that it's not already pretty, but I mean, I just love them. So we have all these different designs in wood.
Cool, man.
I mean, when you turn wood into light from the inside, now those are over acrylic shells, and I was trying my very best to really love acrylic shells, and I found a way to do so.
Yes.
Because they got a certain sound, but they're just not typically wood. They're acrylic.
Right.
But
right.
this makes me happy. And we did one more thing. Let me show you this. You remember the timekeeper?
Yeah, sure.
Well, it's like 351 pieces of wood.
Yes.
But when you light it up, it gets really interesting, right? So those are those drums, which I think are gorgeous. I mean, they're unique. We've seen Christmas lights and drums before, and that's cool.
Right.
But this kind of takes it to another place.
Yeah,
right?
it definitely does. It definitely does. And I mean, any sort of LD.
Oh, he'd freak on that.
Go crazy, and you can completely redesign anything with that.
Exactly.
Hey, I had a question about that bad boy.
Oh, yes, the pie drum. You know why it's called pie?
I would assume because it's 3.14,
which is pi
inches.
Oh, thick. you did attend class that day.
But it's got something else special on
well,
it.
It's got the mini mag throw off. I mean, it's
that's ridiculous, man.
Rich Secra and his R&D crew really took that to the max. It's got a really special lug that is in 3 different pieces, which is unique in itself.
Sure.
And this drum, I mean, it screams. I mean, we've always wanted to do this, but we had different throw-off systems that wouldn't allow us to.
Right.
So he took everything that we love about the mag throw-off and made it a mini mag.
That's brilliant.
Isn't that cool?
Yep. I must test drive this.
Yeah, you do, and you should. While you're test driving, you got to try one of these. This is our carbon fiber.
Yes.
Which, they'll be putting the shield up around you. When you hit that bad boy, it's got some volume.
Yeah. So if you've got a little angst with maybe the singer,
don't we all? Anyway, yeah, this is the drum for that occasion.
Cool.
And by the way, the pie comes with this really cool bag.
That's really nice.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah, that's great.
Those guys in R&D, they think of everything. Yeah. Rich Secra and his guys,
Bad cat, man.
They are bad cats. And then there's one last thing I want to show you, which I'm very proud of. About, I don't know, I think it was 5 years ago.
Yes.
I made this drum. It's in the Icon series.
Yes.
And it's like it's a teal bird's eye white sycamore, black pear, and it's got Dave Grohl's image on it. It's got Sound City, which you remember that movie he did?
Absolutely.
Oh, it was amazing.
With my friend Paula.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course.
Yes.
And this is coming with this great, cool hat.
Nice.
Yeah. And, you know, if you look around this drum, it's got his Studio 606 with the feathers that are underneath his arms. I mean, it's one of these drums.
Nice.
Yeah, isn't it cool?
Yeah.
And it's all maple. It's like a 11-ply, you know, maple rocket.
Yep.
And so it's a very playable drum. We love it. It comes with nickel-plated hardware.
Yeah, perfect.
And it comes with this bag as well.
Excellent.
Which you dig these bags.
I think
right?
this is the best snare bag out there.
I can't help but agree. And so anyway, to me, this drum, I mean, I made it 5 years ago.
Right.
And I just didn't have a way to get it to Dave. So one day, 5 years later, Dave comes driving up in this old Econoline van or something like that. And he comes tumbling out and he walks in and he goes, I can't believe I've never met you. And I said, I can't believe I've never met you. And we sat down and we became really tight, really fast. He says,
he's a nice
do you
cat.
know him? He's a great guy. Anyway, and I opened this thing up and I said, what do you think of this? And he just almost came to tears and he went, I love that. So anyway, you know, in honor of him, and he's such a great guy, such a great player.
Oh, yeah.
We did this snare.
It's beautiful.
So, in closing, number one, thanks for doing this with me.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, Pally.
Hey, man, I live literally in the parking lot.
And you're one of my neighbors. Too.
Yeah, I live 4 minutes from you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so we got to catch a few Monday nights.
I know.
Okay.
I know. I mean, it's been hard, you know, and I know that everybody out there has been dealing with, you know, compounded personal problems.
Well, COVID did
and
us all.
COVID did it and made us think. And but you know, we're going to get through this, man. And 2021 is just going to be a banner year.
Oh yeah. And wait till everybody comes out of the woodwork. It's going to be amazing.
I know.
I mean, normally we do these things where we're all together at a show in Anaheim somewhere, and it's like, you know, 100,000 people.
Yeah.
But we're doing the best we can, and I'm happy you're here. I'm happy everything's okay.
Yep. Thank you.
And I just have to say that from DW and everybody at DW, thank you so much for watching us. Thank you, John Robinson.
Thank you. It's my pleasure, John. Thank you so much for your inspiration and the instruments you make, because it makes me a better musician.
And look under that tree.
You know I'm going to be looking. You know, of course, Jack could be like,
is that for me?
Yeah, because he
That's
plays
his son,
too.
Jack.
Yeah, anyway. Thank you, guys. Have a great holiday. And obviously, you'll be seeing this 2021.
Thank you.
Man, that was some really cool stuff we just saw with John Good, and just shows you how great this company is. But right now, man, I want to go over to Rich and Connor from the DW R&D department, and you guys are about to get your minds blown. So come on over here.
Thanks
All right,
for
here.
coming by,
I guess we'll be socially correct.
Good, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you guys too.
Right. Well, what Connor and I have to show you today is mainly focused around our manufactured pedals. So this year we decided, you know, we've had these out a little while.
Right.
We've had a couple things done over the years, but no real ta-da or no real changes to them. So what you'll see behind you is a variety of our pedals in the manufactured line. And what these are, we're offering some different colors on the footboards. So the blue obviously really stands out there. The second thing on this that makes it cool is that the footboard is not real smooth. It has a sanded finish on it.
Nice.
And by doing that, I think it's going to satisfy some other drummers that, you know, they go, well, I love the boards, but they're a little slick. I put some tape on it or something. So this actually gives you that little bit rough surface to grab your
That's
foot
a great
on.
idea. Great idea.
So besides the blue, Connor, why don't you tell them the 3 different colors that we're going to have options?
Yeah, there's 3 different colors. We have the graphite finish over here, which is this darker color.
Right.
We have a cobalt as well, the kind of blue looking.
Yeah, wild. That's wild.
And we have the original gunmetal, which is the same finish as our current footboards. It just has that sanded texture that we talked about earlier. You kind of feel its sanded texture, right? Gives you a little bit more grip and a different finish.
Oh yeah, that's definitely, you can feel the texture difference.
Yep, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, in this lighting, they still look rather shiny, right? But when you put your hand on it, you can tell they're not polished.
Oh yeah, I can definitely tell. Yeah, that's absolutely great. A great idea.
And the nice thing is, you can buy the hi-hat, the bass drum pedal, and have them all matching, and be a little bit different, right?
Right. Well, I'm of course addicted to the hi-hat, the two-legged, and I guess because I've got a very large foot, so it's it's the same thing with these pedals.
So speaking of that, for guys like you that have rather large feet, Connor's going to tell you about the line of the XF that we're offering.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so there is a new line of MFG pedals that we're introducing this year called the actual extended footboard of the MFG line. So this is across all pedals, including the hi-hat. It's a 1-inch longer footboard and a 1-inch shorter heel, right? Same solid base plate all around, just longer. Maybe I'll have to get you one for...
Absolutely, and again, mathematically, how does that figure into any sort of alterations or changes?
So the angle is going to change a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? We're starting at the same point with the hinge, but because of the length of that, it's going to change that angle and give you a little bit more leverage.
Interesting. Okay, good idea again. Again, you guys never cease to amaze me, what comes out of that brain. So
thanks. I mean, it's artists like you, and it's customers that write in and email us and call us up and say, hey, why don't you guys do this or do that? A lot of these small changes come from that. So
well, I can't wait to test drive that. That'd be great.
Another great part, if you happen to have one of your MFG pedals already, we're also going to have the footboards available also, just for aftermarket as well. Because the base plate stayed the same. The only thing that changed was the actual footboard itself. So anybody out there who has a pedal can easily upgrade.
We can retrofit.
Exactly.
Upgrade.
Exactly.
All right, that's great news.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Oh, great.
So I think even your foot will fit on there.
Yeah, and then some. Oh, this is fantastic.
Yeah, and the feel is great. It's really a smooth feel.
This is very light, by the way.
Yeah, it's polished aluminum, and we made it as thin as we possibly could. We had an extra rib on the back for strength, but
I remember us having those discussions, about keeping it as light as possible.
You're always saying, make it lighter, make it lighter. So.
Well, I want like, how am I going to drag this in, and this is really cool.
Speaking of light, we're going to show you our ultralight carbon fiber edge snare drum.
Oh my God.
John was over there showing you the carbon fiber.
Right.
This is carbon fiber edge.
Oh my God. Yeah. So all right. So see, this is a whole nother surprise that you're holding out now. But here we are.
I begged John. I begged John not to show you that one.
And he usually goes, man, you got to see all my toys. Like, okay, all right, I want to see it. I want to see it.
You got it. So here it is, the ultralight edge. It's a little bit tough to tell when you're just looking at the drum from a distance.
Yeah.
But if you flip it over, you can see there's over 1 inch of aluminum on each edge.
Wow.
Which really gives you some serious punch.
Yeah.
You're going to love playing this.
My eyes are wide open now. You know?
When you look inside the drum, you can see how everything goes together and they interlock. From the outside of it, looks like carbon fiber with a little bit of aluminum showing around the edges of it. And again, the aluminum just adds to the lightweight, and it dries it up just a little bit because that carbon fiber is so bright. Anyway, this is a killer drum. I think you're really going to enjoy it.
Oh man, I can't wait to test drive this, man, and implement it.
Right.
I understand there's some stuff behind me, some more R&D stuff. Let's bring Connor back in, man. Come on in.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, JR. Appreciate it, man.
You're welcome.
Connor,
Rich.
good to see you, buddy.
What else we got going on?
So tell them about our snare wire system.
Yeah, there's a new snare wire pack. My grandpa actually came to me with this one, Don, and he was asking if there was a quick way that we can change snare wires around. And I was lucky enough to, or happy enough to get this out for him. So it's a 3-pack of quick release snare wires.
So the nice thing about this, right, obviously it uses our quick release system, which you can adapt to any of our snare drums. Show them the different widths of these, because that's the nice part, right? You can change it from one to the other to the other.
Absolutely, and you can do it quickly. Yeah, so there's 3 different sizes that we're including: a 20 strand, a 30 strand, as well as the 42 strand snare wires for both 13 and 14 inch, right? So you'll be able to accommodate most snares that are out there.
So this pack will be either for a 13,
correct,
or the other pack for a 14.
Right.
Okay, so I'm at a gig or I'm at a recording session and I want a little bit different snare sound. I pop off what I have real easy.
Yep.
And I put on
you throw it on real
try
quick.
It out.
Yep.
Takes a few seconds. Great.
And you're ready to go.
All right. I think it's going to be huge.
Yep. What else we got up on the wall over here?
Right behind you, you see the L-arm that you worked on.
Yeah, this was a fun one to work on. You tasked me with this project, and was happy that it actually came out. Do you have a drum key?
I happen to have one.
I never have one on me.
So I'll explain what this does, and then I can show you a little bit, or Connor can show you a little bit of how it works. It's very simple, but we ran into an issue, being a drummer, and many drummers work here, obviously, of an L-arm. For instance, on your bass drum, you want a cowbell, and you have an L-arm, holds the cowbell flat, which most of the times is great. A lot of times people want it angled just a little bit. So that's where this would come into play. And this operates with a tilter. So it has teeth on it, loosen it up, and you can turn it to whatever angle you want. So
it's pretty versatile. It's pretty versatile all around. You know, you can really use this in a lot of different places all around the kit. You know, there's of course the gear teeth in there, so you can allow you to move even just straight if you want it straight, but all the different angles in between that you can just set it where you want it and lock it in, and you're good to go.
Yeah, like you said, you know, you could have it maybe above the hi-hat, you have a tambourine on there or something coming off with one of our, like a dog biscuit or something.
Exactly.
Instead of a regular L-arm, which you could turn and tilt in one direction, this now gives you the other direction to tilt in. So it's great to give it just at the perfect angle. Thanks, Connor.
Thank you,
Let's
Rich.
see if we can get JR over here. I got a surprise for him.
Do you?
Don't tell John Good.
Oh no, I don't like where this is going.
But I'm gonna give him the snare drum.
It's a pretty good gift.
JR.
Oh my God.
Hey, thanks, man. Really appreciate it. The COVID elbow right there.
The COVID elbow.
Thanks for everything, JR. Appreciate you coming out, man.
It's my listen. It's my honor, and it's, you know, always seeing the new. I don't call them toys, but I do, because it is. But it's the new instruments of our trade that are just fantastic. R&D. Thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks, JR. And I know you're really part family. I know you hang out at John's house, watching football. And so it's really nice that it's not just, you know, a business relationship. So, but if you could refrain from telling John something, possibly,
I'll try.
I'm gonna get you the snare drum so you can try it out for us.
Oh my God, really?
I may need it back once John finds out, but if you could let us know what you think, I'd really appreciate it.
First of all, it's got some girth. See ya.
Well, thank you everybody for spending some time with us. On behalf of my dad and John Good, everybody here at Drum Workshop, I'm Chris Lombardi, and I just want to let you know how much we appreciate you taking the time to learn about all the hard work that we've been doing out here in California. It's been a crazy year, as everybody knows, and it's especially crazy here in California right now. We're dedicated to continue to make great products for you guys. So thank you very much for taking the time to learn about those products. Also, I'm really honored to be able to show off this cool drum set here in the background. That's not a virtual background, that's a real background. It's pretty cool. It's Neil's drum set from his last tour. Still got his stick marks on it from the last person to touch the head. So that's pretty awesome for us to have been entrusted with, to be able to share and display. So that's awesome. Anyway, so thank you everybody. We really appreciate it. Stay safe.